Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. I'm super excited. It is Millionaire Monday, and we have another guest today. We're going behind the scenes with another muggo. I am going to get you guys a few minutes to hop on and join us. Um, Before I introduce my guest today, and I am going to share this out myself. How was everybody's weekend? Let me know when you get on, hop on and say hi. Hello, hello, hello. Hop on and say hi. Let me know. I never asked, so let me know where you guys are from. Hey, Cherie, good morning. Hey, Tracy, good morning. It's early where I'm at, y'all. Last week we were in South Carolina, and this week we are in LA, and it's 7 o'clock, whatever time zone this is, Pacific. Um, Give me 1 second. I want to share it out. Let me know if you guys can hear me. I think you guys can hear me, but if y'all can hear me, say something. Morning, Martha. Morning, Miss Brenda. Okay, good, good. Because I'm on two different platform thingy things. All right. So this morning I had a crafting muggle. I'm super excited because she took a big leap and took a chance with working with me because she comes from corporate America. And she took a big leap into her business and she went all in. Went all in. And I wanted to show, I guess, a range that you can come from any walk of life and you can start, you can go from 0 to 50K or 0 to 6 figures in less than a year, couple of months. All you have to do is really partner with your dreams and be consistent. And so I am going to bring Lacey on. I hope that I have her tagged to let her tell you a little bit about her story, how she got started, what she actually does, what it was like to leave her job, how nice it is to replace that income and even make more, and what it's like building a brand in during the pandemic, like right now, real world time. So, yeah, without further ado, I am going to bring Miss Lacey on the screen. Hi,
Hello.
Lacey. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Tell us a little bit about yourself, your business, what you do, how long you've been doing it, all that good stuff.
Okay. So my name is Lacey Andrews. I am the founder of Andrews Country Creations. I started this business 2 years ago, but it was more of hobbies. But 10 plus years ago, my sister and I would make hair bows and tutus and all that jazz. So I've always had an entrepreneurial spirit in me, but I never went all in with it. But now I make and sell these glitter tumblers, and I love them. Um, but like I said, 2 years ago, I started because I didn't want to pay for one because I'm cheap. um, a friend of mine had one online that she had got off of Etsy, and she gave me the shop. I'm like, I love it, but it was like $75, and I was like, as a mom and wife, you get that mom guilt, spend money on yourself. So I was like, I'm gonna figure out how to do this. So I spent weeks researching how these are done, what all I needed, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna go buy the basic supplies. I bought the wrong stuff. Like I bought the cheapest kind of glitter, which you can use, but it's not pretty. I bought the cheapest epoxy, which turns yellow over time and gets soft if it's left out in the heat. I didn't buy a turner, so these things have to spin, rotating to even out for 6 to 8 hours at a time, at least 3 to 4 times. I was hand turning, so I sat, I put my football on a dowel rod and spun it by hand for 6 hours. So you couldn't leave the house. You couldn't do anything. But I was determined to make this cup for me. And I still have it. I'm going to forever keep my first cup because I want to remember where I came from. But it's bad. It's real bad. But I want to keep it. So I'm like, look at how far I've grown and, where I can go from the bottom and work my way up and all that. But so we started because I didn't want to spend money. I ended up spending more than the $75 buying supplies and then rebuying supplies after buying the wrong ones. Just messing them up. So I should have just bought the cup, but then I wouldn't be here. So there's a reason why I didn't. And then, I carried a couple of them and some friends were like, oh, can you make some of them? Sure. So then I'd make, just a couple here and there. Then I was like, all right, let's make this a side hustle. It still wasn't even a business. It was a side hustle, two Christmases ago. And we'll see where it goes. And it's just snowballed. And now I'm out of my normal day job and play with Twitter all day.
So how hard was that leaving your real corporate America,
Right.
if you will? How hard was that? What was the transition like?
It was terrifying. I was terrified. First of all, the job that I had, I loved the people. It was a little boring. Like I'm such a go, go, go. My mind is always going. So it was a little boring, not gonna lie, but it was a good job. It was, good benefits. I had the most amazing boss in the world. Like she was the hardest part of leaving. And she knew that I was gonna leave because a year and a half ago I went to a business conference and she helped me go to it. She started her business from the ground up. She quit her day job and started this. So I had talks with her on the side. She was like, God told me to do it. She's like, and I can't hold you back. I want to help you. I'm like, oh my God, what boss is like, hey, I know you're leaving. Let me help you. So she's amazing. But yeah, she was the hardest part of leaving. I had talked to her back in January, February about going part-time. And as soon as I walked in her office, she looked at my face. She said, it's coming, isn't it? And I was like, I just want to talk about it. So we sat down and figured out if part-time was doable. And at that time, I was like, I don't want to lose benefits to only gain, a couple more hours here and there. So I was like, oh, no, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing right now for now. And she's like, all right, well, come talk to me when you're ready for the next one. And she knew. And then Corona came. I worked at a place that they bought computers and were like, all right, we want to figure out how to do our job from home. So that was a blessing. I didn't have to ever go without an income. But just being home, those couple more hours for me to work on my business. Like I said, these cups have to spin for 6 to 8 hours. So once you get them on, there's other little stuff you can do, but you're also just waiting till you can do them again, So being home, I was getting up at 2:30 in the morning. I would get a round of cups on, which now I can turn 28 cups, 31 if I pull my other one out, but I don't.
I was just about to say, you have more than that.
I don't like that turner. It makes noise. So I would get a load of cups on, and then I'd work my day job from 3:30 to 12:30, and then get another round of cups on in the afternoon and do it all again the next day, which was hard, but it was something that I was like, I can do this for a while, but not forever. So just seeing the growth come that way, I was like, oh, just that little bit more time, I went up in income, a whole another level. So I was like, okay, let's really think about if I could make it a full-time thing. And I sat down and did numbers and got with you, and you're like, you can do it. So I called my boss. I was like, I'm on turn my 2 weeks in, but it really lasted 2.5 months. Because I was like, I can't leave. I talked to her and I'm like, I'm putting my 2 weeks in, but I'm really not 2 weeks because I can't leave her during this. She was so good to me. I was not about to just be like, see ya. So I gave him time to find someone, and I went through about a month of training because training via Zoom is a lot harder. So I was like, I'll be here till I'm done, So it ended up being 2.5, 3 months notice. But that was okay. I was all right with it, So it was scary, but I did it, and I'm glad I did. it's still scary with the pandemic stuff going on because you don't know what's going to happen and everything else that's going on in our country. And you're like, did I really quit a job that I was making a steady amount no matter what? Or like I always call it a job I get to play with glitter all day. Like,
Yeah, but it's your passion and you're so good
yeah.
at it. So how have you been able to scale? Because we've grown
Hmm.
when everybody else have shut down and filed for bankruptcy and not been able to get the funds that they needed and all of that kind of stuff. We're actually grown and expanded. How have you been able to do that?
I think taking advantage of the situation that we're in. Like that sounds bad, but like with the pandemic, everyone's on their phone. So why not Facebook Live? You know, Ash, my sister, for those that don't know, was a huge go Facebook Live. And I did it before the pandemic, but now after, what else do you have to do than be on your phone? You know what I mean? There's so many people that are just sitting at home bored or, whatever, and they're just scrolling. And so taking advantage of the negative things that are going on in our world and, maybe that Facebook Live brightens someone's day because they're a stay at home mom or stay at home something where they're bored out of their mind and they need some way to communicate with an adult. Although I'm not physically there, I get to see their comments and respond and ask questions and all that. So I feel like that has been my major growth.
So connecting. So, what would you tell yourself, somebody like yourself thinking about starting a business right now, or has a hobby that could potentially be profitable, but they're on the fence because it's scary to leave what's safe and secure. And I'm a firm believer that being an entrepreneur is a ministry. You call to your people, and that's kind of where your funds flow. But what would you tell that person to get them to jump off the ledge, if you will? Um,
Count to five and go for it. Like, if you've ever read Mel Robbins' 5 Second Rule, it's an
yeah,
awesome book. And she basically it's about your mind can change with like after 5 seconds. If you count to 5 seconds and just do it, you'll do it. And that goes for, you don't want to get up in the morning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you're up. If you lay there longer than that, you're like, what's another 15 minutes? Just do it. It's just gonna keep going. And I wish I would have, back in October, last October, when I went to that first conference and my boss came to me and was like, you're going to leave me. And I said, no, I'm not. I wish I would have been like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. Like she would have understood, but she knew it was coming. But I feel like if I would have done that, where would I have been now? Where would I already be the millionaire? Because that's my goal. I'm not
yeah.
there yet, but I'm gonna chug along until I get there. But maybe I'd already be there.
Yeah, I love that. I forgot about that book. It is a good read to kind of
It is.
go for what you know and
Mm-hmm.
what you believe in. So tell us where they can find you and buy from you, support your business. We got some things coming on for the day after Thanksgiving sale and Cyber Monday and Small Business Saturday. So let them know how to connect with Lacey.
You can find me mainly on Facebook, Andrew's Country Creations. I do live sales every Thursday at 6 p.m. Central Time, but we have a pop-up live sale tonight at 6 p.m. If there's a sale. There's a sale, by the way. So that's our main connect. But we also have Snapchat, and you get a little bit of the behind the scenes. I just have my phone. I'm like, oh, I'll show them this. And it's Andrew's Country Seat because the whole thing wouldn't fit. And then we have TikTok, Andrew's Country Creations too, but I'm not real good at technology. I'm not the best at TikTok. I don't know exactly what you're supposed to do, but I like to put music with the pretty glitters.
It draws attention. Well, Lacey, thank you so much for coming on and talking with us and sharing your story. It's
You're
always an honor
welcome.
to work
Thanks
with
for
you
having me.
and all my clients. I just want people to see that, real life muggles are around you, and once you set a goal and be consistent, uh, you guarantee results. Like profit is coming if you stay the course, and that's what I think everybody has had to do in the pandemic. Stay the course. Stay the course. Stay the course. My
Mhm.
last thing last week, Mr. York said something that I always think is so profound, which is to fall in love with your profit. And that means when there's an opportunity for you to shift, you have to be willing to shift where the profit goes. And that means if it's, taking advantage of a different marketing opportunity, you guys know I don't care for technology, but this is marketing. This
Right.
is connecting. This is getting your brain out. This is finding your people or letting your people find you, whatever that's all about. And that's the way we tell our story. And our stories. Another client and my mentor said, if you have a story to tell, you have a product to sell, right? And so that's what this is. Um, so I'm honored. Thank you for joining me. I'll let you get to work,
Thanks for having me.
and and I will talk to you same time tomorrow, per usual. Bye. So, guys, I just want to thank you guys so much. Of course, I'm super honored for you guys to come. Thank you guys for being here and joining me. I ask that you guys come back next Monday, and I will have another muggle on to show you guys that, you know, anyone who puts their mind to what they're called to do can do it. Uh, can do it, but you can't do it by yourself, and it's gonna take work. It's gonna take consistency, um, and it's gonna take you internal drive. So write your vision down. And I always say that, write your vision down, write your vision down, and connect with people that'll help you fulfill your vision. Until next week, I think that I will be back in Tennessee. Don't quote me. We shall see where I'll be tuning in from. Hey, Chastity. Yeah, catch the replay, hon. Yeah. So I think that I'll be tuning in from my office, but we'll see. Anyway, until next Millionaire Monday.